one of the things, as Jamie was talking about, is the Lean Six Sigma methodology. One of the things that we always teach everybody is the methodology is a methodology that is flexible, but also a very successful methodology that allows you to go from the very beginning to the very end of the project. And that methodology is basically define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. And so part of that whole process is defining the project, defining what those requirements are for a particular process. And sometimes we forget to ask that question. We forget to ask, well, what is it that this process is required to do? What are the defects in this process? What is the specifications? What are the things that are most important? But sometimes we also forget to ask, how does this impact the customer? And so part of the define phase is trying to get that question answered so that we can then properly define a project, have it scoped down, and be able to actually get a project that is viable and that's going to be impactful. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Eric Izuora, and he works in the sanitation department.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eric Izuora. I'm an analyst within Sanitation Services Department, and I don't think I would need to lean that closely into the mic, but it's a force of habit. Any event, can you guys hear me? Well,
yes.
Okay. My project was an improved visualization of the customer convenience center at Macomb landfill. My greenbelt team consisted of Joseph Kuna, who is the black belt mentor. Myself, Antonio Sullivan, Precious Rainey, Catherine Saucier, Jerry Strong, Ronald Trevino, and Penny Way. Also not listed on here are the results staffing members who actually man the customer convenience center on a day-in and day-out basis. To get the data necessary to support this project required working with them extensively, building a relationship with them, because this project, or rather this center, no data had been captured about what was going on there. So I needed to be there day in and day out during the month of August, which in 2016 was hot. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't 2011 hot. It was 2016 hot, so it wasn't too bad. But being out there day in and day out, just seeing the operation, just getting to know the folks, because I knew I would have to ask them to do extra work that they weren't accustomed to doing. So that's the greenbelt team. And so just a little bit more about the Macomb landfill. You can see roughly 1.8 million tons of waste each year. Historically, a majority of this waste is from our large customers, those folks who, I guess inside Sanitation Services, we said they have these commercial accounts. And then followed with them is ourselves, the city of Dallas, our collection of services. And then we have our smaller haulers, who we typically refer to as being cash customers. And then from that point, we have residential customers. Let's say you happen to live in the city, you just kind of want to throw away your mattress, etc. You would be considered a residential customer in the city. And so the Customer Convenience Center, it was built to provide these customers, our small businesses, our city residents, with a convenient, covered, and safe alternative to uploading at the working phase. In the working phase, I have some photos after this slide. It's pretty much where everything's done. It's where you put it in the ground. It's a big hole. We have these waste cells. They're holes in the ground. We put stuff in the ground and we cover it up. That's pretty much what a landfill is. And this shows the sort of map of the Macomb landfill area. So we have two entrances, west entrance, north entrance. Most of our folks who we receive at the Customer Convenience Center, they enter in through the west entrance, which is right off of 310, and that's Simpson Stewart Road right there. They enter here, they win the scale house. From there, they go up to, well, hopefully they go up to the Customer Convenience Center. Sometimes they want to take this nice meandering way to the working phase. And that ride, I wanted to include a video of just showing what that ride is like for anybody who got lost. you don't want to bring your Sentra up here. But that one. So continuing on, this is a line leading up to, this is from the west entrance leading up to the scale house right here. In this photo, you'll see different sorts of customers. You have some folks who look like they may be a hand unload right there. You have what seems to be probably a small commercial customer right there. Maybe some auto dumps, trailers right there, and go on leading up there. This is a good line. This isn't like one of our lines that we can sometimes be known for. This is a good, nice, sleepy Thursday. And so this is the actual activity at the working face, no birds. But this shows the different customer types that make use of the working face. We have one of our guys or girls in our one of our disposal collection trucks right there, and then we also have one of those sort of paid, or could possibly have been one of our residential customers that decided to travel to the working face. We also have one of our larger commercial haulage right there. So there's a lot of activity going on up here, and we don't want folks like residential customers. We would rather than make use of the customer convenience center. It's located, as you see back here, it's located right there. They don't have to take that at times. It should be 3/4 of a mile drive up bumpy roads to get to the working place. Just trying to like give an idea of what we're working with. And this is the CCC proper. It consists of a pavilion that was built over a pit. That's the pavilion, that's the pit. There's 5 paid parking spots on each side of the pit, so 5 right there and 5 right over there. And as you see, we're pretty much our customers, they'll back into one of the 5 spots. They'll load the material into, we'll throw it over this guardrail right there. And so any of it, let me just get down to my project, sorry, I had to explain all that. Any of it, so the key metric that's driving this project is the percent utilization of the customer convenience center. Currently for the problem statement as a whole, so the landfill we're experiencing year-over-year increase in customer loads since October 2015. This trend is expected to continue due to competitive gate rate processing, increased development in surrounding areas. A baseline was established in October 2016 using newly collected information. During this time, we averaged 138 loads per day. The current utilization for that month was about 53.8%. Our current cost was expected to be around $222,000. Assuming 100% utilization of this facility is possible, that results in about $100,000 of underutilization costs. So this shows pretty much just the process as it was seen back in August. So pretty much vehicle enters, weighs, are they going to the CCC? We did not ask this question. They just kind of went after that point after they weighed. And then from there, they sort of did next to the landfill. This chart just shows can we even receive 100% of those loads that we think that we can get? Yes, this is if we only had half of the CCC open, which is 50%, or rather 5 spots that would be open, and this is working at 100%. The blue indicates the amount of loads that we collect during our measurement days. The green represents the theoretical loads that we should have received during those days. This also shows an average time of day analysis as it relates to of our expected loads when we get them, and then also if we ever exceed our capacity to receive them based upon the amount of spots that we have there. This is a fishbone diagram indicating the different potential causes to our 53% utilization rate. Key things would be communication, staffing levels, site plan, landfill signage, bilingual signs for availability, for materials, customer, so just to sum up everything, some of our potential causes were, communication between the scale house and CCC, staffing levels, equipment availability, landfill signage, updated site plan work procedures. The things listed in red are those things that we could collect actual information, collect actual data on to give us information to kind of say what we can and can't do. So with that, we were able to do hypothesis testing for equipment availability and staffing levels. Unfortunately, we found no real good correlation between equipment availability and the amount of our utilization for a measurement period. Same goes with our staffing levels. Staffing levels indicates it's mostly due to the function of staff at the CCC. They don't really serve as an active unloading material into the pit. That's all done by the customer. So their being there or their not being there, to a slight degree, has no effect on the actual utilization. So currently in the improvement phase, we decided to stick with maybe 3 big things to be up that we can do something about. Wayfinding signs, ticket stamping at the scale house, and also walkie-talkies. The first one is at the signage at the landfill, because people would want to know where they need to go upon entry at the landfill. Ticket stamping is further reinforcing where we would like for them to go. Pretty much when was enter the landfill, they would have their ticket, they would stamp the ticket, and the ticket stamp would indicate where they would need to go, whether it be the customer convenience center or whether it would be the working phase. Or the CCRC, which is another facility there. And then from there, the wayfinding signs will include the name and then also an acronym of what was stamped onto their ticket. So they get a number of reminders from the point of entry to their final destination of where they would need to go. And then also walkie-talkies to increase the communication between points of interest, either the scale house, the CCC, then also the managing supervisor of that area. This is just showing the process of TV. And this kind of shows what we were trying to get at. And so the next steps is to install the wayfinding signs, formalize the transaction process change at the scale house, compare actual loads to expected loads, for different periods of time, and also measure customer satisfaction with improvements. And this opened the door to a number of potential improvements, combining drop-off locations at the landfill for certain materials, and real-time unloading time displays, which would be a pie-in-the-sky sort of thing. Any questions?
Great project.